Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Stu and welcome to another vlog. First thing I want to do is wish you all a happy new year. Well, today is Sunday the 1st of January 2017, but it's not for you, it's the 5th of January and it's a Thursday. But happy new year everybody. I hope you're all doing well and I hope you all have a fantastic 2017. Well, we have a lot to look forward to this year. The car shows will be starting soon in only a few months time, so I look forward to going to several of those and hopefully meeting up with a lot of you as well this year. So if you check the Stu Vlogs website, you'll shortly be able to see all the events that I'm going to attend throughout 2017. As you can see from the title up above, you already know what today's vlog's going to be about, and I do apologise if this is not the type of vlog that you like. But over the last 7 months I've had several people say to me, Stu, can you show us how you make your videos? What equipment do you use? And also, can you show us how you edit your videos? So I'm going to put it all together and show you in one vlog. So how do I go about making my vlogs and editing them? Well, I just follow these 6 simple steps and I find they work quite well for me. So let's start off with step 1, the idea. How do I come up with my ideas for the videos and the vlogs? Well, that's pretty easy. If it's a vlog, you're just logging and recording what's happening that day. So that's pretty easy. Now for the videos it can be a little bit harder, but I have plenty of ideas and I constantly write them down. So I land up with piles of paper where I'm constantly writing down ideas for videos. And then all I need to do is go and record those videos. And also a lot of you give me ideas and comment on what videos you'd like me to make next. So the ideas is a pretty easy one. Number 2, the location. Where do I film? What locations do I use? That's pretty simple as well. So if it's a car show, I might start off the vlog actually at home and then you'll see me at the actual show or even driving along in the car. So that's a pretty simple one. If it's a general vlog, you might see me in the garden doing some DIY. You might see me in a room in a house, or you might see me like this, just filming, talking to you, general vlogging, and then also if I'm doing a video on the car itself, you'll probably see a lot of camera shots from inside the car. I'll be mounting cameras outside the car. So the locations for that, normally I'd go to somewhere like the Peak District, or I'd go over to an industrial estate where I could show the car, get out of the car and speak to all of you. Number 3, what equipment do I use? Well, as you're about to see, I use a lot of equipment and I'm going to have to run through this very quickly or this video is going to be too long. Well, probably the most important thing would be audio equipment. So I've just recently upgraded the audio. Here is a studio mic that I've purchased, and here is a wireless mic, and that is going to be for the GoPro. So I'm going to wear one of these wireless mics and the other one I'm going to hold with the GoPro camera. I use the Rode Video Micro. I just attach that to the cameras. So this is the DJI Osmo that's stabilised in 4 axes, and I just put the microphone in there and then put the Rode Video Micro on there, and I use 2 of these. I've got one as a spare as a backup in case anything happens to the other one. Here is the Motorized Gimbal that I use for the GoPro camera. We put the GoPro camera inside the Motorized Gimbal and it is stabilised in 3 axes. That's very handy for when filming car shows. As you've just seen, I like to use this 4K camera. This is the DJI Osmo, and I've added this extra stabilisation here, added a screen and a sunshade. Then you need a iPad to do a lot of the research on for these events, and also finding your way around sometimes. I like to use a DSLR camera as well. The only thing is, this one is the 600D, the Canon EOS 600D, and it doesn't automatically focus, so it's no good if I'm moving around. I need to be stationary. I use a lot of tripods. I like to use these small tripods as well. If I'm doing flyby shots of the car, I'll put this outside the vehicle, I'll mount a camera to the top of it, drive off, and then I'll also put some of these small tripods on the ground, or I'll mount cameras on walls and fences in various places. You can see I use a lot of cameras. I've got the GoPro Hero 5 Black Edition, a couple of GoPro Hero Session cameras in there, and an awful lot of batteries. I use no end of batteries. You can see this is absolutely full of batteries and screens. Extension poles for the gimbal. These go onto the gimbal so I can extend above the car events and show you exactly what's going on. So that's just some of the equipment I use. As you can see, I use a lot of studio lighting as well. I've realised that I need a lot of lighting, a lot of good audio equipment, and obviously loads of cameras. So what camera equipment do I prefer to use? I prefer to use the GoPro cameras. And why is that? That's because they are so easy to hold, so easy to mount on different stabilisation, on different different stabilisers, can't even say it, and then also handy, you can put them in your pockets, and they're so small to use. I can mount them in so many different places in the car as well. So the only thing is, there is a downside with using GoPro cameras, as several of you have pointed out before. It's that awful fisheye effect. So you're currently watching me on a GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition, and it's that fisheye effect. So when I'm filming the cars look fantastic and the styling is brilliant, but then I go and use a GoPro camera and I go and destroy the look. Now you can edit that out, there is software to edit that fisheye out, but I've noticed that it gives a distortion to the video. That's why I don't use it. So you just see the raw footage from the GoPro camera. Number 4, filming. So I've got all the equipment, I know what locations I'm going to, and I've come up with the idea. How do I go and film the video or the vlog? Well, that's really easy. I get a lot of inspiration from the adverts on telly, and I like the adverts where they chop and change between shots. So you'll see me do a lot of that. If you see me eating the cereal or see me making a cup of coffee, you'll notice that I'm taking several different shots, normally with just one camera. But if you see me in the car and going along and you see loads of different shots of me, that will be taken with several different cameras at once. Also, you'll see me pick up the keys to go out and record at an event. You'll see me pick up the keys, you'll see me go out the door, then you'll see me open the car door, you'll see me press the button to start the car, and then you'll see a picture of the exhaust, something like that. So I like to chop and change between cameras. Now remember, there's only one cameraman, and that is me, so I have to do everything. I have to come up with the ideas, I have to do the audio, I present the videos and the vlogs. So there's only one cameraman, so I have to really think where I'm going to video. But that's why I like to have several cameras, so I can get loads of shots at once, and it saves a lot of time. Number 5, editing. How do I go about editing my videos? Well, that is the hardest part of doing any video or vlog. It can take me up to anywhere up to 30 hours to edit one video, and that's normally over 4 days, and before I know it, I'm starting another video, I'm recording it, and I'm editing that video. So once you start a YouTube channel, you have to continually go on with it. You start videoing, you start editing, and it just keeps going on and on. So we're here in the editing suite. You can see the equipment I like to use. Here's the big PC that I like to use. It is very powerful, this one. It's fantastic for recording the 4K, which this channel is upgraded to. Yes, you haven't seen the 4K yet. That's because I'm still not happy with the frame rate that I'm getting from it. So there's an error somewhere, and I think it's with the editing software I use at the moment. Now I use a lot of storage as well. I currently use 4 hard drives. Each one is 5 terabyte, and that's because you're recording with about 4 cameras at any one time with 64 gigabyte cards in them, and when you get back, that is a lot of footage that you need to store. Now, why do I store it? That's a very good question. It's because I don't use all the footage, so I can sometimes make up another video. As an example, the Mustang invasion video, I was able to make 2 videos out of that footage, and that is why I keep it. Then in the future you might make a bloopers video, you might make a best of video like I've just recently put up. So that's why I have so much footage, and you need a lot of storage space. Also, you need some good headphones. I recommend using headphones rather than using the speakers from the PC, and that's because you can then hear very well when to cut the film. Now I recommend using wired headphones. Now these ones are from Beats, Dr. Dre Beats, and they're £150, but you can use these Bluetooth ones. Now the Bluetooth ones are very good, but I don't recommend using them, and there's for one simple reason, and that's because they are Bluetooth. Okay, you can move around, there's no wire, but if you use the Bluetooth ones, when you go to cut the film on the audio, there is some delay with the audio to the headphones. So you'll see the person's mouth move, but the voice isn't in sync, and you'll be cutting the footage in the wrong place. So Bluetooth headphones have got their use, they're handy for watching some videos back, but remember, if you're editing, you want a good set of headphones, and you want them wired. You don't want the wireless ones. So which editing software do I use? Well, it's this one right here. It's Cyberlink Powerdirector 14, the Ultimate Edition. Now it does exactly what I need for my videos, but in the future I'll probably upgrade to something like Sony Vegas or Premiere Pro CC. So where do we start with the editing? Well, as I just said, this is the longest part of any video, so let's get straight on with it. Here you can see the main screen. This is where you import your video clips, this is where you'll preview those clips, and this is where you drag them down into the timeline. So here is your timeline, and this is where you'll drag all the video clips, and then you'll chop them all up. So let's go and drag some clips in, and let's chop some up. if we go and look here, here's all the videos which I've previously recorded, loads of footage while I was out, and this footage I've then gone and watched it all back. I've downloaded it onto the computer off the cards, and I've gone and watched them all back and renamed them. So this one here, drive by, very, very fast. Let's take a quick look at it, and you can see there I am putting the camera down, and then I'm gonna, there's the camera down, and now I'm off back going to my car, and then you'll see the car come past, and there's the car shooting past. So let's just play that, and I think, oh yes, that'll be a good shot. So let's close that. Now let's go and grab that and put that inside the video editor. So there it is, drive by at start. Is that the one? There you go, drive by very, very fast. So we call that, we've imported it into we've imported it into the screen area there. Now we want to drag it down to the timeline, and there we go. Now we need to cut it up. So we want the bit where the car comes past. So we're just going to go about there. We're going to chop the video, and then we're going to delete the bit we don't want. So we press Control and delete and get rid of it. And now we'll play that video until the car goes past. Now the car has gone past, so we don't want any more of that. So then we'll split that bit of film, and we'll delete that bit as well. And now we are left with a tiny piece of film. So we'll expand the timeline so we can see it. And that is what we're left with. And we're going to drag that right down to the start. And now we'll press play. We're going to press play on the screen, and then we'll see what we've got. So that is that one piece of video played over and over again. Now we want to add an intro to this video, so we're going to call in the intro that we've already made. This is already pre-recorded, so we just grab it each time we want it. So here is the Stu Vlogs intro, so we're going to put that in there as well, and we're going to move the videos around. We're going to put the intro right at the beginning of the timeline, and then we're going to put the car video right next to it. Now when we play the intro, when the intro bit finishes, it goes straight into the car video, and that looks a bit untidy. So what we want to do is we want to make it fade in. So we click on modify, and then we go and click on fade, enable fade in, and then save. And now that clip will now fade in. So now you can see the clip's black and it fades in. It fades in very quickly. So we go from one bit of video and fade into the other bit, and that makes it look a lot neater. Now we need to add another piece of video. So let's call up some more video. So now we've imported another piece of video, and we're going to call that down to our timeline as well. And we're going to try and find a bit of that video which we like, and we'll cut that as well. So you can see me setting up the camera there, and let's just close this timeline in a bit, and then we'll see where the car comes past, and there's the car coming past. So let's start this back here a little bit, and let's cut that bit of film, and we'll delete that first bit of film. So now let's play that bit of film, and as the car comes past, we'll stop the film again, and we'll cut the footage there. There, we'll stop the film there, and then we'll cut it. Now we won't get rid of this piece of film here just yet, because there might be some more footage that we want from that. And there we go, there's the car coming back. So let's cut the footage right there, and then let's play that piece of film as well. And there we go, the car's gone past, and we'll cut that piece of film there. So that's it, and then we'll delete that last bit. Now we've got a gap in between all the pieces of film, so we'll close all those gaps up, and all the film is together. And now we can play our film. So we go into one clip, straight into the next clip, and then if we jump a bit, we'll go into the next clip. Now they all look a bit untidy, so they all need to be faded in. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use a simple technique of fade in and fade out. So we select the clips, select modify, select fade, enable fade in, enable fade out, and then save. Click on save, and each piece of video will now fade in and fade out. So there we go, we'll put fade in and fade out, and there we go. So now every piece of video will fade in and fade out. So the first clip fades in, fades out into the next clip, and then it goes straight into the next clip. It will fade out and then it will fade into the next clip. And that's it, there is our video. Well, I want to remove all the sound of the vehicle from this video. So what I want to do is right click on every single one of these clips and select link, unlink video and audio. This separates the two channels. So there is your video and there is your audio. Now I want to delete that audio from the video. So now when we watch that piece of video, there is no sound at all. So now you won't hear the car at all. And I've got to do the same for all those pieces of clips in this video. I want to remove it all from all of them and then delete each piece of audio, and now you're just left with the video of each clip. So now we want to add some sound, we want some music to this video, and I'll show you exactly where I get my music from. Let's go and add some music to our video. So let's call up some music and add it into our timeline. So here is my folder full of the music, and I quite like this one, Beat Your Competition. So let's go and import that, and now let's drag that down to our timeline, and we can drag it in this track here right below the video. Now we want to cut it right at the very end here, right at the end of the video. So what we'll do is we'll go and grab a spare bit of footage, we'll grab a photo and we'll put it at the end, and then right where that is at the end there, we'll go and split it, and we will then delete that piece of footage, the rest of that music, and we'll also delete that photo there. Now the music is going to come in quite quickly, it's going to come in quite dramatically. So what we want to do is we want to zoom in on that piece of music, and we want to lower the sound as it comes in, so we can then drag down the sound as it comes in and fade it out. So it fades in and then fade it out at the end, so it doesn't just end abruptly, the music will actually fade out. So we've faded it out at the beginning and at the end, and we're going to do the same with the intro. The very end of the intro is going to fade out, and then when we play that, it should sound something like this. So now we've got our video. So what we do is we make sure we save this file, and we'll save it as it's saved as a new project, and we'll save this straight to the desktop. And then there you go, your video is saved. Just showing you a short version of how I edit the videos. You've seen how I watch each clip, and then I go and rename the bit of the clips of video. I go and import them into the editor, I drag them down to the timeline, I cut them where I want to, and then I remove the audio, and then I go and add some music. Now that's just a short bit of video. I'm now about to show you a completed video, what that actually looked like in the editor when a longer video is edited, one that takes me around 30 hours. Here you can see the editing file for the recent video, I Am Innocent Honest. So this is all the footage that it takes. These are all the clips to make that one video. So that is roughly 16 minutes, that video, or nearly 17 minutes long. And this is all the footage, all the video clips it takes me to make this one video. So let's zoom in a little bit and you'll see just exactly how much footage there is here on this timeline. And each one of these clips has had to be separated. I've had to watch every clip, separate them, and then I've had to remove the audio from selected clips and then add the sound where I want to add sound. And you can see every little clip that I have to make, and then there's the sound files. So this is where I choose some. If I play this bit, you'll see I took several photos and I play a camera shutter noise as well. So they're all the little clips of the photos, and they're all the camera shutter noises. If we zoom in, you'll see them all there. So there's the camera shutter noise, and there is each one of those, and there is each one of the clips for the actual pictures of the cars, as you can see there. And if we look along this timeline is absolutely huge. Let's zoom out a little bit and you'll see the timeline a little bit better. But this is why it takes so long to do one of these videos. Each of these clips has to be viewed and then cut up into so many small little sections. You can see why it takes me so long to edit a video now. That is why I have so much footage to chop up, and that's without using any special effects. If I use the special effects from the editor, that adds extra time, but if I make my own special effects such as these, then that adds even more time, and they take quite a long while to do. And then with all the fading in and fading out, it does take a long while to edit each video. What comes next? Well, after I've gone and edited the video, I then like to go and play the video back. So what I'll do is I'll press the play button here, and I'll start to watch the video to see if there's any errors. This is the next process before I go and render it, and I can't see any errors there, but if I see any errors, I'll then go and correct those, and then I'll go and press the render button. How do I go and render out this video? Well, I go and press the produce button up the top there, and it takes me to this new page. Then I go and decide where I want to save it. So I want to save it to the desktop, and I want to just call this test 1. And now I'll click on the right one for my video, the MP4 button, and I'll select the correct frame rate for the video that I want to produce, and then I'll press start, and then you'll see the video starts to produce. It's going along this timeline here. Now we're about to watch the video, and this is where I go and listen and watch for any mistakes. Now if I see any mistakes, what I'll do is I'll stop the video, and then I'll go back to the editor, and I'll go and correct those mistakes. I'll go and re-render the video, and then I'll watch the video again. These are all the things I have to do before I know the video is ready for all of you to go and watch. So to upload the video to YouTube, you go to my channel, and then the default is normally public, but I've selected private for this one because I want this one to be uploaded, and it's only a test video and only I will see it. Nobody else will be able to see it. So we're on private, and then we click the upload button. It will now ask us to go and find the location of this video that we want to upload, and then we go and find it, and we then tell it to upload, and it is now uploading to YouTube, and it tells us how long it will take in the progress bar at the top, how long it will take, about 2 minutes. And then we just click the done button so it knows everything is okay, and then we return back to the editing page. Now this is where we add our description. I've got a default description in mine already, so the description is already added, and I've also got default tags. Now these tags will tag people across YouTube to your videos, so you'll see all the different tags that I use generally for most of my videos. Then we can put custom thumbnails. So let's choose one which we've used before. I like this one, so let's go and select this one, and now I'll upload this one to YouTube, and that will be the thumbnail, 2016 Mustang review, and we click save. So now the video is almost uploaded. It was at 100%, and now it goes and processes your video, and it tells you where you can preview the video as well. You can go and preview it there. This is when I'm normally creating my thumbnails. I'm normally creating it while it's uploading, and I'm also going over to things, I'm going over to like Instagram and Twitter and letting people know roughly when my video will be live. And I know when it will be live because it tells me how much longer is left, and I know where it will be live because it gives me the link right there. So now that's it, our video is uploaded to YouTube, and now we can sit back and enjoy it and view it. Number 6 is regular content. So what do I mean by regular content? Well, it's things like this. At the start of the video, in the intro, you'll see the Stu Vlogs Feel the Energy intro and hear the engine revving. You'll also see memes with things like, you'll see Homer Simpson, and you'll see someone laughing. You'll see the goat meme, and used in small amounts in the right content, in the right context, they work really well. Also, you'll see things at the end of the video, like this is the end of episode so and so, it's over. You'll see the total Mustang spin, and these are all part of the style of vlogging or the style of video that I like to do. So regular viewers of the channel and subscribers, they get used to my actual style, and they'll recognise one of my videos straight away. And also at the end, I tend to like to use the same piece of music, so I hope that's not too annoying, but I like to use the same piece of music right near the end, and that lets the viewer know that the video's coming to an end, or it is actually at the end. I hope you didn't mind me making this video, and I hope that answers several of your questions that you had for me about what equipment I use, how I go about making the videos, and also how I edit the videos. So cue the music, get ready. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all have a happy new year. And remember, smile, be happy, you are all awesome, and I will see you all in the very next vlog. Until then. then, goodbye.